What's up guys, Sean here. So today we are going to unbox the DJI Mavic Air 2. The original DJI Mavic Air was one of my favorite drones that came out by DJI. It was the sweet spot of not being too expensive, but also packing a huge punch when it came to videography, when it came to object avoidance. There's just a lot of good things in the DJI Mavic Air, and now we have the second version of it. So let's get it out of the box. Let's do it. Alright guys, now that we've got it out of the box, I'm going to give you kind of a rundown as to what we have. This is the Fly More combo, so this has, this is the package that comes with the most items. But I like to get the Fly More packages because sometimes one battery is not enough. So I really like to have kind of the complete package, so if I'm out on site and I want to fly, I've got plenty of energy to do that with. Alright, so I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. This is stuff that is necessary, but I don't really care to talk about. So we're going to get it out of the way quickly. What you have here is you have a little adapter And if you can see, it's got 2 USB ports on this side, and then it's got the DJI proprietary charge port there. So that goes with the charging. Then what we have here is something I'm excited about. We've got some ND filters. Alright, so we've got 3 different variations of ND filters, and I believe they're magnetic and just snap right onto the drone. So that's really cool. They might not be magnetic though, just because there's a compass in here and magnets might screw it up, but they might have figured that out with some shielding or something like that. Next we have cables. So on the controller itself, it already has the iPhone iOS lightning cable, but here we have USB-C to micro USB, so that's exciting. So those of you that have Android phones with micro USB, you're in luck. And here we have USB-C to USB-C. So this will connect your USB-C cell phone to this. I've got an iPad Pro that uses USB-C, and then a lot of Android phones use USB-C as well. Then we have another USB-C connector. What this does is it charges your controller. Okay. Next we have B propellers, and we have A propellers. I already put a pair of B and a pair of A's on the drone already, but these are extra, and it looks like we've got 4 extra blades. So we've got one full set and then 2 extra full sets of blades. So that's really important, because if you're going to wreck, the first thing you're going to break, well, hopefully the first thing you break is the propellers. Hopefully you don't kill your gimbal, but extra propellers are always awesome. I've gone through plenty of propellers in my drone flying time. And then the last thing that I want to talk about of the extra accessories is these little extra joysticks. You have 2 extra joysticks, and I wish I hadn't destroyed this little bag that came in, or the bag that came in. I had to put them in a propeller bag, but I'm going to have to figure out some way to store these so that I don't lose these, because these things are so small, guys. They're so small, and when you're on a field with grass, they can go down into the grass and you lose them forever. And then one time I dropped one on blacktop, and it bounced, like it bounced under my car, and it took me forever to find it. So make sure you keep these in a safe place and don't lose them. So now let's talk about charging. Let's get charging out of the way. So you've got this charging base, and what this does, it's a converter that converts the AC power into whatever it needs to charge these batteries. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your AC, you're going to plug it into this side. Then you can either take this and plug this straight into one battery. So on the go, you can charge one battery at a time, like this. Or if you have the Flymore combo, you have this charging hub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into here, and then each one of these batteries will plug in. Like so. And I've got 3 batteries with the Flymore package, but I have one on the drone, so we're not going to take it off the drone right now. But the 3rd battery will plug in here, and then this 3 battery charging hub only charges 1 battery at a time. So it'll charge this one, and then it'll charge this one, and then it'll charge that one. It would be awesome if they could charge all at once, but I just bought a balance charger for another FPV drone that I'm going to be reviewing, and that charger by itself was over $100 just to charge 2 batteries at a time. So I can't imagine what it takes to charge 3 batteries at once. So it's pretty economical and efficient that they did it this way. Alright, so yeah, that's charging. Something else that I showed you earlier, what this is I think this is a USB power bank. I think you can use this, so if you have a fully charged battery, you can plug this in here and then you have two USB ports coming out of this battery, so you can charge other things in the field with a battery. So super cool. Next, let's get this bag out of the way. So DJI has always tailored amazing bags. You get products from some companies and you get this little felt thing that your grandma, looks like your grandma sewed together. But DJI really pays attention to detail when they create their bags. This is a nice kind of rubbery textured bag. You've got just these really cool like patterns. Looks like something out of Spider-Man. I have one gripe about the bag. When you unzip it, it doesn't open. Like it's very it's hard to open. But you've got plenty of space for your drone, your controller, extra batteries, power hub. You've got this little place in here to put all of your accessories. And then you have another big spot here, which is probably where I'll put the instructions. I like to keep everything together. But it's got a nice strap on it. And yeah. What I usually do is I take the DJI bag and I put it in my backpack. I don't usually use the strap, but love the fact that these drones are so portable that you can carry it around like a man purse, or a purse if you're a chick. So there it is. Hope I didn't offend you by the word chick. I was trying to be funny. So we're going to leave the drone for last. Let's check out this controller. This is big news. This is a completely new controller that is, we've never seen before. It kind of mimics the smart controller a little bit because of the shape, but it's awesome. So what we're going to do, first thing you want to do is you want to take these little joysticks out, which are super easy to lose, especially with someone with fat fingers like me. We're going to come in here and screw these in. Alright, so now you've got your nice thumbsticks or your pinch sticks, whichever you prefer. It's got a return to home, then it's got this little switch in the middle that switches between tripod and normal. Is that right? Yep. Tripod, normal, and sport. So tripod is like super slow. So if you want to get nice cinematic shots and you don't want to hit the stick and create a jerk on your drone and mess up the shot, tripod is a nice slow flight that gives you buttery smooth footage. Normal is kind of regular. It's kind of what we're used to with DJI Mavic Pro. It's pretty punchy. And then sport is like, I am not going to record video today. Sport is, it will take your drone and like rock it like a racing FPV drone and then fly it like that. So sport mode is awesome. It's so much fun, but the video footage is not that great. Then you have a function button over here, and you have a switch video mode here. Then on the back, you've got your shutter button right here, and then you've got your gimbal where you kind of point your gimbal up and down. On the bottom, you've got where the joysticks go, and you've got a USB-C to charge with. And then this is the cool part, guys. So look how high this extends. It extends to a pretty big phone. So I've got my phone in a case. So we're going to check to see if my case will work with this. I'm hoping it does. It probably won't, but I'm hoping it does. And then, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but you have your cables in here. Cables pop out, and that's what you connect your phone to. All right, here it is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unfold it. It's beautiful. Now I've gone through on this drone and I have taken probably 30 stickers off of this thing. But I want to encourage you guys to take the stickers off now before you go fly it. When you fly your drone, it heats up. There will be just a lot of heat transfer going on because you've got you've got electric motors that generate heat. You're recording 4K video that generates a lot of heat. You've got a lot of stuff going on in here. You've got electrons moving all over this thing. So I would encourage you to take the stickers off immediately. So I've left a couple on here so you guys can see me take stickers off. Oh. All right. So there's that one. We're going to take this one off. You hear it screaming. So there that is. The design style completely mimics the DJI Mavic 2 series. The original Mavic Pro looks a lot like this as well, but the Mavic 2 got a little bit sleeker. The Mavic Mini looks like this too, but there are a lot of differences with the Mavic Mini and this drone. But we'll walk around the drone real quick. You've got sensors on the back. You've got sensors on the front, these two. So 2 in the front, 2 on the back. And then 2 on the belly. And then you've got different kind of infrared sensors, and then you've got this little sensor so that it can kind of check the ground and kind of hold its position based on that. You've got a little door over here. That's where the SD card goes, so that's exciting. You've got another door over here, and that's where the USB-C goes. Alright, so you can either take the SD card out of the drone, which is what I do all the time, but you could also just plug your drone into the computer and transfer your files that way. You can also transfer them over the Air to your phone. So all that's normal DJI goodness, so that's good. And then you have this gimbal cover, which is tinted this time. So I don't know if the reason they tinted it is because it's got this holder in it now. And what this holder is going to do is it's going to keep your gimbal from moving around. So I don't think you should fly it with this gimbal protector on. That's my personal. I haven't read anywhere where that's a fact, but it's going to hold your gimbal, and probably the first thing your drone's going to say is there is extra load on the gimbal. It's going to put up a warning. But ever since I want to say the Spark had a really good gimbal on it, but compared to the original gimbals, this is a lot stronger. It's still very fragile though, guys, so you probably shouldn't do exactly what I'm doing here. But it kind of looks like the DJI Osmo Pocket, so hopefully there'll be a new DJI Osmo Pocket coming out soon that can actually focus on things. But we're not going to make fun of DJI right now. We are going to start this thing up, and we're going to update the firmware. It's very important that you update the firmware before you go out in the field the first time, or else you will chew your entire first battery updating the firmware. DJI, like many companies nowadays, release the product, ship the product, sell the product before it's totally completely ready. Once once a product ships, there are devs working night and day to improve that thing as fast as they can before people actually get it out. That's why a lot of times, whenever you watch a video before a product is launched, a lot of the YouTubers will get pre-release items, and there'll be a lot of things that aren't even done yet. I mean, they're working to the 11th hour, getting things polished and up to date. So this will probably have a firmware update, and there's a good chance it's going to update itself several times over the next couple months. Okay, because there's going to be YouTube videos where people, you know, it just flew off and crashed, or you know, people will complain about how it focuses, or people will complain about how, you know, little things. Like I remember the DJI Mavic Pro, everybody complained about it being out of focus, and then somebody was like, oh, you touched the screen to focus. Well, why did I have to do that? I've never done that on a drone before. There's going to be little nuances here that people either don't understand right off the bat because it's new and fresh, or it's just a bug that they're going to fix. And sometimes they adjust it. I'm a UX engineer, and so we do user testing where I work to understand what the user wants and what the user is going to actually use, and what's a waste of time to develop. So a lot of companies will put out their product and use the general public, use the consumers to user test and make things better just because of suggestions that people give or complaints that people complain about. So yeah, let's update the firmware. That was a lot of talking I just did. Alright guys, let's turn it on for the first time. You ready? Whoa, there's like echoes now. That's nice, guys. Check out that gimbal action. Like a chicken head. Got these nice little green indicators, little 4 dots to tell us that it's fully charged. Got our LED lights blinking on and on saying, hey, there's no controller going. So, it's nice. So now we're going to take my iPhone. This is the XS Max, and I have it in this case. So we're going to try to hook all this up, and hopefully it'll work with my case. I'm hoping, guys. It almost works. So I think I could probably fly it like this, but I wouldn't want to fly it. I wouldn't want to take my fingers off my phone, which is frustrating. But let's get in here. Try DJI Fly. Okay, so Fly Safe has been updated. So we're going to X out of that. Mavic Air 2 unable to take off. Firmware update required. We're going to update again. Downloading the firmware. Alright guys, that's it. We've taken the DJI Mavic Air 2 out of the box. We have shown you all the components. We have updated the firmware. When you guys update the firmware, make sure that you swap out all the batteries, just to make sure that every battery has the updated firmware, the bird has the updated firmware, and the controller has the updated firmware before you go fly. Because it's really frustrating when you get out in the field to fly your drone for the first time, and then you have to update it, and you chew half your battery up updating the drone. So, hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications when I put out more videos about the DJI Mavic Air 2, other drones from other companies, action cameras, 360 cameras, live streaming, all the good stuff. So yeah, have a wonderful day guys. Peace out.